Sorry.
Card.
Put it in your pocket.
This pocket?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna hold it. Then I'll have to take it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So cheesy. Okay. Alright.
Sorry. I feel like this is just gonna get harder. We just gotta knock it out in this one.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
We're doing this one.
If we fuck up, we're just gonna keep going and we'll go back and cut it out.
Okay. Come in.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm Julie Smith with Salesforce.
Very nice to meet you, Julie.
Nice to meet you too.
Please have a seat.
Thank you. Thanks. So before we get started, here's my business.
Go! Do it again! Quick, run!
Okay.
I'm sorry I made you put it in your pocket.
That was a terrible idea. Okay. I'm fine.
Come on in.
Hi, how
Hello.
are you?
Very well, thank you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Julie Smith with
Julie.
Salesforce.
Yes, great. Have a seat.
Thank you. So before we get started, here's my business card.
Oh, thank you so much.
And if you have any questions at all, feel free to call or email me.
Okay.
And before we start, is there anyone else who should be here in this meeting with us?
I'd like it if Alex could be here, but he is out of the office today, so it's just going to be you and me.
Okay, great. So what I want to do is just get to know a little bit about your company
Sure.
and just ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
And do you mind if I take notes?
Of course not, please.
Okay,
Feel
great.
free.
Great. So how long have you guys, how long has Advanced Acoustics been in business?
Since 1990, so we've got 26 years now, and we were founded right here in Dallas. We've just been growing like crazy.
Okay, so your headquarters are here and everything?
Yep, you're in them. Welcome.
Awesome, great. And about how many employees do you have?
So we have 5 people here at the headquarters, just permanently, and then we also have 4 regional managers out in the field and about 20 salespeople now.
Okay, great.
So about 30 employees total.
Great. And what are your goals for the next 5 years?
Well, we want to continue our current pace of growth, and we have about 300 dealers that carry our products. So the way that we want to do that is by increasing market share with those existing dealers, upselling that base, and we also want to sort of improve our corporate flow, get some better internal workflows going.
For sure. Yeah, that sounds great. Are you guys planning on going global?
Eventually.
Yeah, for sure. It's a big step.
There's a big market in Europe waiting to be tapped.
Okay, awesome.
So maybe in 5 years or so.
Yeah, for sure. So can I ask, what kind of CRM software are you guys currently using?
We currently use Outlook and Excel.
Okay. Yeah, and how do you think that's working for you?
Well, it worked well in the beginning, but over the past several years, it's become evident that there are some real shortcomings of that software. So I would probably give it about a 5 right now for how it's meeting our needs.
Okay. And what do you think are the biggest challenges that you guys face with using just Microsoft and Excel?
Information flows are a little clunky. Communication tends to be slower than it could be, and piecemeal. It would be great if we could have better information sharing with our employees. They have to go home and get on their computers. We don't have any sort of mobile access. More real-time information would be great.
Yeah, for sure. So do you ever worry that other companies might have a competitive advantage over you because they might have a more advanced CRM software?
Pointed question. I do worry. And especially when our customer communication is a little clunky and our deal flow is kind of slow, I feel that in a world of increasing competition that it's hurting us.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So, how do you think your employees feel about using Excel and Outlook? Do they like it?
Well, there are pluses and minuses. So it's very easy to use. The interface is familiar to people, and
Right.
they're comfortable with it. They know how to use it. I think the sales managers are a little frustrated with it. It's just a lot of emailing, and sometimes things slip through the cracks.
Mm-hmm. So, how much of the time do you think your salespeople are actually out of the office?
Oh, 50 to 70% of the time. They spend most of their time out on sales calls.
Right.
So that's another thing that it would be great if they could share information more easily among themselves, among our salespeople, and that way, instead of them coming to us with issues and us responding individually to them, they can sort of have more of a group helping community.
Mm-hmm. For sure,
better.
yeah. So you talked about more communication.
Mm-hmm.
What are your expectations with your salespeople communicating each other and with real-time information?
I'd like to have internal communication be much more transparent. So if I'm dealing with a particular issue with a particular salesperson that almost always has broader implications for the rest of my salespeople, I would love it if they could access all of those communications, if just everything were much more open. We have no reason to have these narrow channels. I want everybody to be able to know what's going on with the whole company, and that way we'll have better opportunity sensing and be able to capture more market share.
Mm-hmm. So what effect does it have on your company when you can't access that customer information in real time or isn't available to all the managers?
Well, worse than being frustrating for us because we're not able to provide the best customer service, it's I think frustrating for our dealers when they feel like they send in information to our company and because it only reaches one person or a couple of people, they don't get an adequate response or an adequate fix to their issue, or they don't get as much service as they want. So it's ultimately hurting our relations with our customers.
Yeah, for sure. And how effective is communication between yourself and your sales reps, and what are some implications for your company when your salespeople don't communicate effectively?
Well, I always encourage my salespeople to talk to me a lot, and I talk to them a lot, but probably the worst part of it, or the most cumbersome part of it, is how much time it takes up. So I spend a lot of time emailing. I email the same thing to different people. A lot of people spend a lot of time emailing me. It's rather time consuming, and that is frustrating for me, and I think for everyone it makes us feel like we're being less efficient.
For sure. Yeah. So as a manager, how does it affect your job and your manager's jobs when you don't have visibility of what your salespeople are doing?
Well, I mean, it's hard to manage. It's hard to be a good manager if you don't know exactly what's going on. And I don't want to always be asking people questions constantly. I want that information to come to me in an organic way, so I don't have to pester people. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, so what kind of improvements do you think you'd be able to see in your company if you had a CRM system that had real-time updates for your information?
If everyone were able to see all of the information that's coming around, we'd have more of a group learning atmosphere. So the salespeople would be able to support each other more than me having to support them or my other managers having to support them.
Right, for sure. And if I could offer you a solution that would allow your employees to communicate better with each other, would that be something that would help your business?
Absolutely. That information sharing is our main problem right now. So yes, it's definitely a need we have.
Yeah. If you had a system that offered a mobile version of the CRM that, say, your salespeople could take out in the field with them, how would that improve Advanced Acoustics overall?
I think it would save our salespeople a lot of time, and I think it would make them feel more connected to the company. And if they're happier, they bring that to our customers.
Yeah.
And so, everybody's work goes a little more smoothly. They're able to do more of it. They're able to do it better, and they're able to do it with a smile on their face.
Yeah, absolutely. So what I'm getting here from you is that your main problems that are concerns for you is the sharing information, the real-time updates, and just saving time in general. And then, of course, the way your employees communicate with each other. So what I would love to do is just go back to the office and put together a package for you of what I think that we can do for you. And then I would love to make another appointment.
Sure, of course. Yes, that sounds great.
Okay. Yeah, how about next Wednesday at maybe 3 p.m.?
Wednesday at 3 works fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad we had this meeting.
Thank you so much for your time. And I will see you Wednesday.
Yes, great. Appreciate it, Julie.
Have a good day.
Say hello to Sam for me.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
And cut.